Morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke, together with Rev Yutaka Yamada. Today is Thursday, the 31st of October, 2024, or the 29th of September in the 12th year of Chongalguk. So thank you all for coming, and let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, Chanji Chapuminge, Kyombe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
가전맨세 6. 천일국 주인, 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 손을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 6. Our family, the owner of Chongalguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. Okay, thank you. Just join me. I'll offer the opening prayer. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent and our loving true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, we're grateful to be able to come together as a community to offer you this devotion, to be, to show our sincere heart and desire to, really fulfill, your will that you long to realize at the very beginning of creation, but finally realized through our true parents in 1960 with the marriage of the Lamb. We know that you desired to manifest here upon this earth to embrace your children, and Adam and Eve were created for that purpose. And because of the fall, you had to go through 6,000 years, and through so much suffering and hardship and lamenting over the situation of humanity, but you retained inside the hope and determination and understanding that the world will become the ideal that you long for. And even though the realization of it continually gets extended because of our ignorance, which is a result of the fall, and our separation from you as our heavenly parent, but now with our true parents, all of that has been resolved. The historical debt is gone, and we are here now in the 12th year of Chongalguk, supporting our true mother as we get ready to open the Chongal sanctum within the Chongwon-gun, as the global temple in which all humanity can come to realize and understand deeply the essence of your heart, and to recognize about our true parents and see their life course, and to learn about the providence of history, and then recognize the value of the blessing so that we become one family, one global family and that ultimately becomes, expands to the kingdom of heaven on earth. We know that, you've labored so long to see this day, and we are here, and our true mother is asking us to go the way of spirit and truth, and to really witness to 8 billion people so that they understand the true essence of you, our heavenly parent, the essence of Christianity, and the sadness of Jesus of not being able to receive his bride while he was alive on earth, and had to declare that he would return so that the marriage would take place. And this has been realized, and together we are ready to walk in and to into the Chongal sanctum, and to fully offer ourselves to you and to the world. So we're grateful to be here this morning as a community, and we ask your presence, and we offer you this And I report this in my name, John, Adamides of a Blessed Central Family. Arju. Thank you. And let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Yutaka as he shares this morning.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining today's morning Hundoke. Today is the last day of October. So how was this month? Already time is flying quickly. And our next year target, the entrance ceremony of Chonangun Chonil Sanctum, our remaining time is the 5 months. So each day is a precious time. Let's put our Johnson in heart and invest ourselves. And also thank you for joining Transmission Prayer. I think some brothers and sisters are also joining Transmission every day. Some is also even midnight, 12 a.m. to 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Those not simple things, but really appreciate everyone to continue to offer the Johnson. Let's unite well and also success well. So today, not so much many activity photo. So immediately, let's go to the message of true parents. So today's word is from Cheonsangjeon. The creation's lament and true stewardship. So let's study together. Okay, Mrs. Na, please.
Things that are woven together through love become one. This is the phenomenon of connection. A single strand of my hair and I resemble each other. When you look at a strand of your hair, it looks like nothing special. You may think it has no relationship with you, but it does. All things of creation are like that strand of hair. Love functions in mysterious ways. All things of creation have their own capacity to respond to emotions, such as love. If you raise flowers in a caring environment with music, they will grow well. The buds will not fade before they bloom. They will blossom fully. If you let chickens listen to music, they too will grow well. Everything grows well when in harmony with its surroundings. But if there is discord, it will.
Yes, thank you very much. True parents talking about the connection with all things with love. So when we connect with all things, are we connecting with them with love or without love? So this is giving the big influence to the all things either. That's why I believe, have you heard about the experiment of water? If you put the 2 cups of water and one side, every time you use the good word, for example, I love you, or I miss you, I like you, or beautiful, you are continuously using this word to this 1 cup of water, and another cup of water, you are using the bad word. You don't need to, but you are dirty, hate, not good, bad, well, those kind of, I cannot say bad word, but using the bad word continuously. Then after 2 weeks or after 3 weeks, when you see the waters, what they call waters, I'm not sure, water cell, you can use the special camera, right? Then you can see the cell of water. Reverend John?
Yeah, microscope. Yeah.
Microscope. If you
Yeah,
use
yeah.
microscope, then what can you see that one? The water, some structure one?
Yeah, the molecule. Yeah.
Molecule, yeah.
Yeah.
If you see like this, then one side, if you use the good word, this molecule is so beautiful, like kind of diamond. But other side, if you are using the bad word, then that molecule was so much destroy, dirty color, and really so much strange. That's why even all things, they are actually receiving direct influence from our human beings. That's why what kind of word or attitude do we use toward all things is really important. Then how about our human beings? Also, our body is composed by almost 70% is the water. And this is also not only for water, but if you use the good word, beautiful word, positive word, then you can give the power that person also receive the positive energy. But you are thinking negative things, using the negative word, or giving the bad word to others, then what's happened? That person also receive the negative influence, maybe hurt your health. And if you are thinking every time negative thinking, maybe you are hurting yourself also. That's why how to connect with all things based on true love. This is important. Not only just the humanity, all things or everything, because all things are created by true love, created by our heavenly parent. Please.
Why did God create the environment? He created the environment as a place for plants and all things of creation to grow so they could provide nutrition for human beings. The fish in the ocean, the plants in the fields and mountains, the grass and trees all provide us with nutrition. For example, many things can be used as medicine when we are sick. There is nothing that is not useful. In fact, the most distasteful thing could prove to be highly medicinal. In some instances, the poison of venomous snakes is considered to be the best medicine.
Yes, thank you. Even Father is explaining those kind of the poisonous snake has also the meaningful potential kind of the become the best medicine. So each creation has the special reason or meaning, and surely behind of those things there is God's will and God's hope together. Everything are created by true love. And also everything can give the happiness to human beings. I think last time also we discussed why there is the cockroach or mosquito are existing here. Even looks like those things are not so much positive to humanity, but surely there is God's intention and God's plan, and they are created by love. That's why when we meet with all things, how we can recognize the will of God or heart of God or love of God. If we could recognize the things, then all things will be surely become happy, and also God will become happy. So this chapter, we are talking about those meaning or plan or will of God. So as the human beings, originally we should become the owner of true love. So how do we treat all things? How we can recognize the will of God or plan of God? That's why even our current providence is also same way. God planned the beautiful society, nation, and world, centering on Heavenly Parent, centering on true parents, centering on all humanity together with universe. But still, that world was not happened. So how these all things are waiting for that? How our Heavenly Parent is waiting for that? So even witnessing activity, even our organizing project, these things is kind of the small step, but surely those effort is connecting to create or restore the God's ideal plan and will. So especially this chapter, we are talking about the heart of all things. Let's seek again and pray for those all things again. Okay, so continue to next chapter, next part, the creation's lament and our response. So let's continue, please.
The creation's lament and our response. In Satan's world, all things of creation are under his dominion and the name of his children. The nations in Satan's world are also under his dominion. This is why God and the creation are lamenting. This is why we need to restore the creation to God through indemnity and liberation. In order to do this, God's son and daughter need to establish dominion over the creation. Adam and Eve together should govern the creation, which desires to be ruled by God. In turn, Adam and Eve's descendants need to unite and take dominion over all things.
Yes, thank you. The human history is the fallen history. That's why all things are also dominated by the fallen humanity or dominated by Satan. This is the reality. This is the creation's lament. And in order to restore the things, our true parents came on this earth and tried to fulfill the restoration of the providence. Please.
All of creation is lamenting. The fall of human beings caused the fall of the created world, causing all created entities to lament. There are two realms of lamentation, that of the human world and that of the creation. In the created world, the state of the world is determined by the state of the people. It is because of the human fall that the creation entered the realm of lamentation, consequently bringing human beings into that realm also. Thus, we need to liberate the creation first. The process of recreation needs to be done in this order because God created the natural world first. We must first liberate creation from its lamentation. Then, upon that foundation, we can return to the original state in which God created us.
Yes, Father said, there are two names of lamentation, that of the human world and that of the creation. So this is the current status, and we have to restore those things. So can we recognize the lamentation of the human world, or can we recognize also the lamentation of the creation? We are living on this earth together. Looks like every day we are having the happy life or happy daily life. But when we see the deep inside of that person, or even we see the deep inside of the creation's heart, there is lamentation. Or maybe they could not recognize the real happiness. So that is already one of the lamentation. So how we can restore back and how we can connect with our heavenly parents. So restoration or liberation of all things and liberation of all humanity. This will be connected to liberation of God and our heavenly parent. Please.
In the creation, we have the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, and the animal kingdom. Lamentation begins from the mineral kingdom because Satan's lineage permeated the creation. All things are trapped and cannot relate to God as their master. Everything is blocked. That is why all creation and all human beings are in distress. In the spirit world, God laments, as do the angels.
Yes, thank you. So there is one existence who can connect with God. That is, or that was the humanity or human beings. But because of human fall, now humanity cannot connect to God directly. That's why, how about all things? All things want to connect to God, but without going through the humanity or human beings, even all things cannot reach to God. That's why Father said, everything is blocked. That is why all creation and all human beings are in distress. In the spirit world, God laments, as do the angels. So this lamented situation, all things humanity, and also God, and also our angelic world, they are actually suffering under same environment or same situation. How to solve this problem? Angel or fallen angel, or even spiritual world, or even God himself, they cannot do immediately. That's why God led the all restoration providence in order to send the person who could fulfill, who could make it this restoration process. That is the Messiah. That is our true parents. Okay, please.
Because of the human fall, God has never experienced a single day of the ideal for which our ancestors longed. God has not had a single day of joy based on his original ideal. The creation was lost and could not receive God's love. We can only restore the world and recover the world of God's love by correcting this. In the Bible, chapter 8 of Romans says that because of the human fall, God, humanity, and all of creation came to lament. How did all this lamentation come about? As a result of the fall, God lost his loving sons and daughters. Human beings lost their loving parent, and all creation lost the master from whom it was meant to receive love. In this way, lamentation befell the universe.
Yes. So there are many lamentations. So with God, with humanity, and with all things. That's why it's about how miserable this world is. Even we listen those words of true parents, we could really feel and recognize how sad or how painful it is, our current situation or result of human fall. Of course, it's easy to blame the Adam and Eve. It's easy to blame about Archangel, but already situation is like this. Then how we can restore back? This is depends on actually ourselves. Already God, a heavenly parents sent to the parents on this earth. Then how we can fulfill or comfort the heart of our heavenly parent and really returning the happiness to our heavenly parent. Please.
It is true that the creation is lamenting. It laments not because of its own pain, but because God is lamenting. In all directions, all things of creation grieve. People should realize that they too are in a position to grieve. But who among human understands this? Humankind, sorry. Who can resolve this agonizing situation? God cannot do it alone. The things of creation also cannot resolve it. Satan certainly cannot do it. Only human beings can resolve this painful situation. At the very least, we should share the sorrow of the creation.
Yes, thank you. Please see this first sentence. Father said, it is true that the creation is lamenting. It laments not because of its own pain, but because God is lamenting. So all things is lamenting, but what is the reason? He said, not because all things are suffering or pain. They are thinking, our master, our creator, God is suffering. God is lamenting. God is painful. That's why all things is also feeling, lamenting, or painful. So have you heard this kind of similar concept or similar word before? This is actually talking about the heart of Hyojin. Not because of my pain, not because of my suffering, but our God, our parent is suffering. Parent is in pain. That's why myself, I'm also feel pain as the children. So when we listen those expression of all things, also we could recognize Actually, the person or existence which are fall is only humanity or human beings. All things are still there and still there as the original state, and even they are ignored, even they are not received love from humanity, but continuously all things are existing and supporting and contributing our humanity and wishing continuously to humanity to be stand again to the original position. So we can see those also heart of all things. Please. Mrs. Now?
From a historical perspective, during the Old Testament age, the providence of restoration was advanced through the offering of sacrifices. Initially, God led his providence to unite people and the creation by requiring sacrifices. Later, he led the providence to unite people with himself. This has been the history of the providence of restoration until the present. From now on, however, the providence will advance through your initiative. Thus, you need to be the one in the position of a sacrifice who unites with the creation. Then, upon that foundation, you should unite with God. Through this process, history, which has been flowing in a vertical line, will unfold horizontally in your family.
Yes, in the history, there was many kind of providence of restoration, especially we also could learn the symbolical offering. So first, they offer us all things. Then second, offer the people. So under this kind of principle, what should we do? Father said, from now on, however, the providence will advance through your initiative. Thus, you need to be the one in the position as a sacrifice who unites with the creation. So all things, all providence are organized, centering on the all things and also each central figure. But how about now? Those things is happening centering on myself or ourselves. So that's why we should study God's word, study about history, and we have to learn how can we stand here as the central figure of the providence, and we will also fulfill this portion of responsibility. Please, Mrs. Na?
To have dominion over creation, man and woman must first unite in love. Only after this can they have dominion over all things of creation. This is the principle. When God created and blessed Adam and Eve, he said, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and have dominion over all things." This means that you can have dominion over the creation only after you have a family.
Yes, that's true. Individual perfection, family perfection, and finally, to gain the dominion of all things. So he said, this means that you can have dominion over the creation only after you have a family. So this word is a little bit maybe new word, or anyway, maybe three parents explained many times. In order to fulfill three great blessings, how we can gain the three great blessings. So individual perfection and family perfection. So after you have a family, those you can have the dominion over the creation. So these three great blessings, of course, have to go together, but there is also the order. Please.
Human beings cannot have dominion over all creation until they become bride and bridegroom and have a true family. To have dominion over creation, they must wait until the original standard of Adam and Eve is restored. Creation was supposed to be governed by human beings who had attained original love. In order to grow properly, all of creation wants to receive love and respect from original human beings. That is the eternal place where all created things want to dwell.
Yes, this is also the additional explanation for three great blessing. So it's not happen from the beginning for completion of three great blessings. We need to have the step-by-step victorious foundation. And finally, those authority will be given to us when we become the true owner, true person of true love. Then those authority will be given to us. Please.
The entire creation laments because the human fall turned everything upside down. This is the reason all things of creation have been waiting for the sons of God who have the authority to overcome the realm of lamentation. The creation can finally be governed only through the families of the sons of God. The creation has been waiting for this time, and the mission of religion is to bring about this time. Until then, human beings have no authority to take dominion over the creation.
Yes. What is the hope and wish of all things? They want to meet the true owner or God's son and daughters. This is the wish of all things. So this is really lamenting things, and this is actually the expectation, and this also the original hope to each of us. Please.
No one today has earned the privilege of taking dominion over the creation based on love. Until we mature enough to embrace all things with the original heart of love, we are not entitled to eat and digest the things of creation. All of creation should be governed by true families. If all things of creation lived with loving families, do you think they would lament? No, they would not. All things of the creation want to be governed in a place where love flourishes.
Okay, please continue.
Human beings have never been able to elevate their level of heart enough to create that kind of place. If we don't advance to that place of spiritual maturity, we will never have dominion over the creation. In order to be owners of that place of love, we must unite as bride and bridegroom. According to the original law, a bride and a bridegroom form a family and then governed all of creation based on true love in their family. To do that, we must restore the lost position of all humankind. Because we have not been able to restore our original position, we do not have the privilege of governing the creation.
Yes, thank you. So first, we should become true men and true women. This is very important. Then we should become true couple, husband and wife, and we should create true family. Then finally, we can also become the true owner, and we can govern the creation for all things. So how is this process? Is it easy process to reach that standard? Still, we are on the way. So when we see our life, maybe some of you spend the time already more than 50 years, more than 60 years, or more than 70 years, or 80 years. So who achieved this process to complete these three stages? What do you think? To become the true person, to create a true family, and to become true owner of the creation. So we are aiming this point. Okay, please.
All your basic necessities, even the clothes on your back, came from the creation. So you should not treat them merely as objects for your daily life. You should treat each item as a microcosm of the whole creative world and recognize its value. Likewise, you need to make your life an offering and create an environment where God can dwell with you. Unless we live this way, we cannot establish the foundation to become true families who govern creation.
Thank you. So love all things and respect all things and treat them well. When we have this kind of attitude and treat all things, then what's happened? And also, how do we deliver this heart to others? Okay, please continue.
Since Satan's children have control over all of creation, all things belong to Satan. We must restore all things to God. According to the principle of restoration, all created beings should first have belonged to the ancestors of humankind. Of course, all things should belong to God, but from the viewpoint of God's blessing to human beings, all created things should have belonged to the ancestors of humankind. First, they should belong to the parents of goodness who have the relationship with the fall. And afterwards, they can belong to the children of goodness.
Yes,
Did I
because
get
of
that right?
human fall, that we lost those God's blessing. And also, in order to avoid the accusation from Satan, we have to go through those process based on the principle. So even toward the all things, we should have this heart and restore everything together. So this is the final slide, please.
Restoring myself alone does not complete restoration. First, I must be united with God, and then I must unite with all things of creation in order to be in a position to declare all creations belong to God. After that, I can say, these created things belong to me. Before something belongs to me, it should belong to God and true parents. Otherwise, it cannot be mine. Everything that belongs to me must first be offered to the public. In order to lay the foundation to restore Korea, I must consider all material things from a greater perspective beyond my individual self. I must treat all material things as public.
Yes, thank you. So we will create those relationships, and myself have to connect all things to heaven or heavenly parent, and we also have to stand here as the public figure or public existence. So today we are talking about the lamentation of all things and lamentation of God and also human beings. When we see about all things, can we feel the heart of all things? Can we feel the heart of our heavenly parent? And can we feel about the heart of all humanity? We have to see this point of view, see the people with this kind of point of view. Then we can also connect with heart of God or lamentation of God. So each day is the precious time. Maybe everyone are busy and tired, but please also take care of yourself and fresh mind and starting moment. And let's offer the great day of victory. So once again, thank you for joining today. Have a great day. 감사합니다.
Kamsamnida, thank you very much, Rev Yutaka, for sharing with us the message today. And yeah, this really important, the relationship. When Father started, the hair and I, or hair and me. Everything has a relationship. We might not see it, but it needs it to grow, because our hair continually grows because of what we do. If we treat it well, it will grow well. If we abuse it, well, then different things happen. The hair might fall out, or it doesn't grow well. I mean, in that whole concept of needs harmony to grow and bloom, and those examples of playing music or speaking positive words, and the things grow and bloom. And there's many cases where we see this, and it's just that how important that relationship is. Things need relationship to grow. We know that we have a relationship with food by eating it, and we grow. And if we have abusive relationship with the food, then we get sick. So everything needs this positive relationship, and the lamentation comes because we're wanting creation and humanity are wanting this true relationship, true love, so that we feel whole and complete. And because that's not there, it's all false love and false relationships. So we always are lacking or missing something. That's why the deep longing of creation and humanity for that harmonious relationship. That's how very important it is to have a really harmonious relationship where everything is wholesome, and it's up to us to do it. I mean, we caused the sadness, so it's up to us to recognize, and because of our true parents, we are knowing that the truth, and our relationships are getting better steadily, and so we need to help the rest of the world align itself to the true relationship with God, and recognize just how finely balanced the entire world and cosmos is. That's why harmony is so important for peace to come. So very interesting examples of in how people play music even to plants and they grow well, and how to know the right degree of care to be able to grow well. Here in our little apartment, we recently planted a small garden bed, and starting off with the right soil composition and the right plant mix. We've had small gardens before, but not it just didn't grow as well as they are at the moment. So we're looking forward to having organic vegetables to eat in a few weeks. So, and it's and looking after it, caring it on a daily basis, and making sure that it has the right amount of sun and water and nutrients, and and the positive sort of care, harmony is really a key thing for things to grow and bloom. So anyway, that's some of my thoughts this morning. So thank you, and open it up to others who want to share. Thank you. Yes, Mary, go ahead.
Good morning. I was just when Rev Yutaka was talking about the crystals. We have some books by this Masaru Emoto. He has done a lot of research on crystals of water. I believe I heard he's a church member, but I'm not 100% sure. But he's taken water samples from many different places and many situations, and when you freeze them and then you look at the crystals under a microscope, the crystals reflect the spirit of what happened to them. Like if somebody really, if there's love in that water, and when it's frozen, then the crystals are absolutely beautiful. And so you have all different crystals from different situations. And in water that's contaminated, then you don't get any crystals. It doesn't form crystals. So it was quite amazing. I think we have about 3 of his books. Yeah, so I don't know if he's a church member, Rev Yutaka. His name is Masaru Emoto. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, that book is true. I have to check this member or not, but there many people know. I will get more information about this.
yeah. Yeah, and also recently I had experience where something was damaged connected to our house by somebody, and then I was so upset, and like for the whole day I was so upset. But then I connected it to God's heart, and then I was really connected to God at the time of creation when He created all these, invested His heart completely in everything in the whole universe and in every single insect and every single plant. And God's never been, and God wanted to love them through us, but because humanity fell, then they received no love. But just the fact that God had created these things, all these different things, and so many things have become extinct, and so many things are really suffering, and just how deeply broken his heart is because of that. So yeah, I had that little experience just recently, and I think I might have had that experience so I could understand that point more deeply. Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. Yes, Margaret, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I'm learning a lot from this speech this morning. I think I heard about human beings are the ones that can help God reach this harmony. And through this election time in Palau, I am really learning a lot in that I listen to each candidate that's running either for state level or national level, uh, Congress, legislatures, and I'm realizing that the remnant of the fall that we as human beings are still tackling with very it comes prominently during the election time is the blaming game. There's a lot of promises that I will do this and I will do that, but uh, it begins with the reason why this is not right is because of that or who or, and I'm realizing this is really the core. The the When I first heard the principle, I was 21 years old, and I was shocked to find out that the kingdom cannot come because it needs a cooperation between God and human beings. And I thought, so human beings are very important for this kingdom to come. But if human beings don't understand what they need to do, then the kingdom can never come. And so when I listened to this, and then I thought, oh my goodness, we have a lot more work to do than I thought. Uh, in that in this blaming game is so fundamental that uh, no one can do the job but me. But the reason why it's not done, it's because of so and so or such and such. Very few that I heard uh, really spells it out. I know what I'm going to do. I have learned this and I know that I can do this. Uh, there's not such a confidence in that. Some in particular areas that they're running for in the political sphere, but I realize that this peace education is so important for anyone running for an official position. If they don't get it, it will, the rhetoric is, yeah, they've been there, they promised this, but nothing happened scenario. So there must be, I'm realizing we got to get education also to television and every social media, however way, to explain that fundamentally, if there's no internal change, no external change happens. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Rev Yutaka.
I remember I had the PowerPoint. I show just photo.
Yeah.
So this one,
Yes.
Emoto Masaru, this was, he is Japanese, and those book was famous. It was translated into Korean. Surely I think there's in English one. And looks like he's not member, but many of our unification member like his speech and so join together. So this is the result. Left side is, you could see, you are so much beautiful. And right side is you are kind of the destroy. You should be destroyed or something. And the left side is also, oh, thank you. And the other side is devil or evil. And left side is, this is the opposite. Wait. This is one side, right side is you are good. And left side, I hate you. So these things. The next one, left side, 참 잘 됐네. Wow, that's really going well or doing well. And right side, right, you cannot fulfill or your problem or doesn't fulfill it. So those things. Then this is a couple love, husband wife's love, and also another side. Through this mother's somewhat kind of mother's hand, like this. So this one is interesting. Left side, this is the water before people pray for this. And right side, after pray for this water. Then waters, this crystal was changed also. So power of prayer also is affecting. So you could see this person's conclusion really found out those many results. Then he also said, surely God is existing. So this is also interesting. So if you have opportunity, maybe you can get the book and you can read also together. So this is also a good example. Outside people already created, examine those things and showing us the result. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Morning, everyone. Just an interesting little fact. This also is being applied in industry. There's a man who puts water through a certain mechanism, and it improves the flow through all the pipes of the industry up to 20%. So it's not just about lovey-dovey stuff. It actually has an applicable application in industry. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. If there's no one else, I thought I saw Randall for a moment, but his hand's gone down. Yeah.
We're getting close to time, so I put my hand back down. But basically, the whole thing that the unification movement is for is to overcome the breakdown of relationships. That's what happened. We broke down a relationship with God. We are trying to get back to God. That's the whole idea of religion, to re-league ourselves with God. The whole thing of the restoration is first to focus ourselves on our spiritual side of things, to correct ourselves, and then foundation of substance is getting together, the Cain and Abel. So, and the way to do that is repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And so often we have to, as the leaders, be able to set that standard of, repenting, and because we were part of the ones to help with the breakdown, and there's so many members that have left and looking to come back, or there's so many people that are on the fringe and not able to relate to us because, I don't want to bring people to a movement where there's, where people can't enact that in their own lives. Unfortunately, when we do have the, full position foundation, I'm expressing God from my point of view because I have that relationship with God. That's number one position. And when I try to express myself to the other person, I'm not expressing myself in the way that they are relating to God. I've got a different type of way of relating to God. And so it comes across as, this isn't how I want my love to be expressed to me. However, if both of us can understand what God is wanting, then, okay, this guy is coming from a different point of view. Sure, maybe it can complement. And the subject also should be understanding, God, why do you love this person? And be able to express myself in a way that helps. But yeah, there's a lot of fringe members or ex-members that are very close to coming back. I spoke with someone in the New Yorker when I first joined, and he said, no, I've just come back to the church. And he says, you'd never really leave the church. You're always got something there that, draws you, that you're yearning for. And all we need is to, either take the responsibility myself or have someone that is, showing that, yeah, there is this heart. And that's going to be the person to focus on things. Mr. Arai has been so awesome with Mr. and Mrs. Arai have been so awesome so often with the way that they are accepting of people. So, yeah, that's a great example. But anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yes, it is time now for us to offer our unison prayers. I'll just bring up the screen and let's pray together. Thank you. Jew, Jew, Jew. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Rev Yutaka, for sharing. And I hope everyone has a great day and see you all again tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.